Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So, man, it's a lot of talking out there when it comes to the boxing news. Yeah, we're hearing about Oscar De La Hoya and his words when it comes to the PBC. You have Jermall Charlo coming out there basically firing back at Oscar and calling his bluff, letting him know, like, man, if you really meant the best need to fight the best, then why didn't the Charlos ever get an opportunity to fight Canelo when we were all under the same umbrella? At this point, I haven't heard any response from Oscar De La Hoya. Now, the other topic I want to talk about is the potential fight with Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. I've been hearing talks that it's supposed to take place in some point in February. Nothing is official at this point in time, but I have an opinion on that too, and I'm noticing a trend. Like I've said it on my channel over and over again. I said my favorite division is 154, but my favorite fighter is Errol Spence Jr. And I mean, I hear different narratives on this topic, but just to keep it plain and simple, Errol Spence is not conducting himself the way that I would want my favorite fighter to conduct themselves. And some people, they'll say, oh yeah, it's just business, this, and that. Well, my answer for the whole business argument, like, yes, absolutely, it's business. But just because since it's business and I'm the consumer, I'm the customer, I'll make a decision on what I'll spend my money on. I'll make a decision on how I decide to view the fight. Now, see, if fans took on the same perspective, it's just business. If we're not getting the fights that we want, okay, we'll just stream it. And then when you give us the fights that we want, when it's actually the best fighting the best, then we'll buy it. To me, that's business all around. You're conducting your business the way that you want to conduct your business. And me being a fan, I'm conducting my business the way I want to conduct mine. So let's just be clear. Hope everyone is on the same page with that. If they're not giving us the best, fighting the best, stream that shit. It's just simple. It's simple because it's just business. Now, when it comes to the whole Charlo situation, I like this. To me, this is how a fighter needs to conduct themselves. Yes, I understand that Errol Spence, in this case, is the quote-unquote A-side, and the Charlos aren't. But, man, to me, none of that matters. I'm a boxing fan. I just want to see fights. Now, Charlo called Oscar De La Hoya out on his bullshit. And my thing is, after the Willie Monroe fight, Jermall Charlo called Oscar De La Hoya out on his bullshit. So I'm sure Jermall talks to his brother Jermall, and after Jermall defeats Willie Monroe, hopefully he knocks him out, Jermall Charlo should call out Canelo. He should get in the middle of the ring and say, Oscar De La Hoya, you always talking about the best need to fight the best. I'm your fighter's mandatory. I want to fight the best. I'm going to take the belts. I'm going to beat his ass. All of this talk. Whatever you need to say to get off your chest. To Oscar De La Hoya, to the fans, to the media. The narrative after the fight with Charlo and Monroe should be Canelo Charlo 2019. Nothing else. And then the heat should be put on Canelo to make the fight happen. Charlo need to make it known, because the first thing they're going to do is go to the excuse board. Canelo fights on the zone now. And you say, okay, well, I'll fight Canelo on the zone. I'm the WBC mandatory. Whatever split that the WBC mandatory requires for that fight, that's what I'll take. I'll fight him on the zone. Just send me over the contract and let me know when. And Charlo need to get over there and whoop Canelo ass. Some people say, oh, no, that's not going to. Well, we don't know what's going to happen until it actually happens. Plain and simple. Now, I'm kind of flip-flopping. I want to go back to the whole Errol Spence topic. And, hey, man, I find it funny that at this point people are still trying to defend Errol Spence's actions. Because, I mean, it's clear as day. We understand that this business. We get that. But we want the Crawford fight now. You know, Errol Spence is making it seem like he has all the control. Just because the other guy doesn't have all the control, that doesn't mean Spence has all the control. Because if that was the case, Sean Porter and Errol Spence would be fighting right now. That would be the next fight. Al Heyman can't force those guys to fight. So why does Spence believe that all of a sudden Sean Porter is going to fight Spence next year after this Mikey Garcia fight is supposed to happen? To me, it's a lot of assuming, and it's not fair to the fans. Then the last thing I want to touch on is the whole situation with Danny Jacobs. Some people seem to have an issue with the things Danny Jacobs were saying, but Danny Jacobs was only spitting facts. I mean, yes, he put on his own interpretation of everything about he tamed the lion, but Jermall Charlo has been silent when it comes to Danny Jacobs. And at the same time, it's not like Jermall Charlo has been extremely vocal when it comes to Canelo. So Danny Jacobs coming up now and saying what he had to say, well, in order for Danny Jacobs' words to have any level of substance, he had to be telling the truth. He waited. He was patient. He saw Charlo. He said what he had to say, and Charlo stopped talking that shit. It's all true. So it doesn't matter if it's Canelo, De La Hoya, Errol Spence, Charlo. If it's true, let's just focus on the facts. It's Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm out.